What's up everybody, DEADmouth here. I'm going to make this a pretty quick video. I'm just going to go over the patch notes for the new Aftermarket event and some of the changes that are going on with weapons and the meta and Wraith and stuff like that. I'm going to briefly talk about crossplay, not much at all. And then we're just going to finish this up because I'm going to get this out there for the people that don't feel like going to the website. They just want to have somebody tell them what the new changes are. And that's about it so that they can get on with their day. So with that in mind, let us begin. So here's the info for the new limited time mode, which is called Flashpoint, and it comes out tomorrow, which is October 6th, 2020. The centerpiece of this mode are flashpoints, massive zones dotted around Kings Canyon. Flashpoints are special because they regenerate your health and shields over time to get you healed and ready for combat in a flash. Oh boy. These zones are going to create massive multi-squad fights that bring the feeling of a team deathmatch. I've been saying it for a long time. This game would be amazing with a deathmatch mode, man. I hate dying and waiting. I want to die, come back. I want this to just keep happening. Give me more shooting. Let me shoot more people, please. Additionally, the circle in this mode follows always be closing rules. It never stops closing, and it will always close on a flashpoint, making that final fight even more exciting. So crossplay is going to be accessible to everyone. It's going to be Xbox One, Origin, PlayStation 4, and Steam also eventually as we get to it. So we can look at this. If, however, an Xbox One or PlayStation 4 player and PC player party up together, they will be put into PC matches. This ensures that the console games don't have PC players in them, but still allows for the console player to play with their PC friend if they opt in. Regarding the skins, man, I'm only going to say a little bit about it. This Watson skin, I love it. The Kitty Cat Wraith looks very cool. This Octane skin looks rad as hell. Makes me think about Slurpees at 7-Eleven. We got a Gibby Fieri skin and a Revenant skin. I gotta say, I'm getting a little tired of every game company making skins where people are wearing hoodies because they all look similar. It just reminds me of Fortnite, and Fortnite is cool or whatever, but it's just getting old. We need new ideas. We need some new ideas. We got a very cool Hemlock skin, which looks great. I love it. And Bangalore gets a new skin here, but again, like, Bangalore's not really seeing any love, you guys. This skin looks pretty cool, but I feel for you Bangalore mains, man. You're not getting the love you deserve. The Caustic Heirloom looks sick as hell. It's this really awesome hammer. It's got really cool animations. It's going to be a lot of fun to see that play out in the game. As always, for Aftermarket, the event, you're going to be able to earn stuff by playing, which is pretty cool. Nothing has changed there, but some of the skins look pretty rad. I'm into it. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the meta, the little changes with the characters and the animations and the weapons and all that good stuff. So, Rampart, increase the rate at which Sheila's bullet spread tightens. Bloodhound, updated Bloodhound's tactical cooldown while ultimate is active from 6 seconds to 8 seconds. Pathfinder mains rejoice, sort of. Grapple cooldown is now based on the distance Pathfinder traveled. The shortest possible pull has a 10-second cooldown, which I think is still a little too much for the shortest, but the maximum cooldown is still 35 seconds, but you're going to have to swing a very long distance to get there. So, regarding Wraith's little change. They've changed the sprint animation. They've dropped the Naruto run, and they now give her a standard run, which makes a lot of sense, because when she did that little run, she'd have a much smaller hitbox, a little harder to hit her. Crypto's drone can now open loot vaults if Crypto has a key in his inventory. Loba, increased range of ultimate and passive from 31 units to 4,500 units. So now you're going to be able to launch yourself a lot further, and you're going to see items a lot further away, which should be interesting. Loba now starts the match with her ultimate half charged. Weapons. The Devotion. Increasing hipfire spread at a base level and also increasing the spread added while firing. Spitfire. We try to keep hipfire numbers consistent with similar weapons of the same class. So, the hipfire spread increase in the Devotion is also being applied to the Spitfire. To compensate, we are reducing horizontal recoil on the Spitfire. For the triple take, reduced fire rate from 1.4 to 1.3. This is going to be interesting because the triple take is already kind of crazy in the right hands. It already shot pretty fast, so now that it's going to shoot a little bit faster, it's going to be a nice weapon to pick up. Quality of life stuff. Here's some changes that I really like. Loot prompts now show how much damage an Evo shield has accumulated, so you can make a better choice if you're going to pick something up or not, instead of like picking it up and not really knowing what you're going to be getting in a second. You're now able to switch to same level armor that has less health if it is closer to evolving. Loot prompts will now have a small indicator that lets you know if your teammate needs this item so you can ping it, which is great. Another thing I'd really like to see is them in the inventory screen when you look at the other teammates' stuff, if you could see what actual weapon the people have. Knowing the type, that's pretty cool, but knowing the actual weapon I feel like is useful useful information. We're now going to have a little way to see our FPS, latency, ping troubles, and all that in the corner of the screen instead of having to enable an origin, which is nice. Streamers rejoice. Anonymous mode has been added to the options. Anonymize your name in the champion presentation, obituary, and other locations of living opponents. People have been asking for this for a while, and now we're finally going to get it. Thank God. Level 0 Evo armor will now appear as empty in the inventory so you can ping to request for armor. That's good because that was pretty annoying. There are more banners placed around World's Edge to better support Crypto's ability to see nearby squads in his drone. That's handy. Out of bounds. The out of bounds timer no longer refreshes each time you enter a new out of bounds area. The timer is now a fixed amount of time, 30 seconds. If you enter new out of bounds areas, the timer will steadily decrease. However, if you only have 5 seconds left, the timer will keep refreshing up to that 5-second mark. Random favorite selection added for music and load screen categories. Hollow sprays will now remember which players like them and will display a count to the owner. This also prevents other players from spamming like on the hollow spray. Who likes do you guys like the hollow sprays? Because I could not care less. When I see them in game, I just don't care. They're completely useless to me. I don't get it, and I don't care. Legend tokens have been minimized to a tooltip in the lobby. Hover over your currency to see your amount. I mean, sure. Great, but you know it'd be really nice if the legend tokens actually did something, because I've got about 39 million legend tokens and I have 0 usage. Please, give us something to do with the legend tokens. Bug fixes. General, added the ability to ping the satellite dish at Crypto's map room from the dropship. Gibraltar, fixed an issue with the bubble shield looking white in certain conditions. Lifeline, fixed an issue with the Guardian Angel skin having a oh my god, the stretched neck bug was hilarious when they would go on Sheila and people's necks would stretch. So they fixed that for the skin for Lifeline. Fixed an issue where care packages would not be allowed to be placed on certain parts of capacitor, rig, or salvage in Kings Canyon. Caustic. Fixed Caustic's barrels from being placed at an angle on shipping crates. Mirage. Fixed an issue that prevented Mirage decoys from being pinged, and fixed an issue that did not allow Crypto's drone to highlight decoys. Octane. Fixed a visual issue that removed Revenant's shadow form from a player after jumping off an Octane pad. Fixed an issue with the jump pad clipping into the ground at certain areas. Crypto. Fixed an issue with his drone bot not detecting Watson's security fences. Fixed an audio issue with survey beacons sometimes making very little sound when using it as Crypto's drone. You know what they also need to fix with the darn survey beacon? They gotta fix the audio frequencies. They've gotta get someone in there that actually knows how to do EQ and take out those ear-splitting, eardrum, razor-slicing high frequencies because it's brutal, even at a low volume. If you've got nice headphones, oh my god, it kills. Fixed an issue with his drone not taking any damage from directly below. Revenant. Fixed an issue with the HUD of the replicator staying on screen when the totem effects wear off. That was super annoying. Loba. Fixed inconsistencies with teleporting onto a supply ship. Fixed an issue allowing teleporting into drills around lava fissure. Fixed an issue preventing teleporting on certain terrain and staging. Rampart. Fixed an issue with doors closing when dismounting a placed Sheila in a doorway. Fixed amped cover from floating in the air when placed on a supply ship. Fixed an issue with being able to place Sheila on loot bins. Fixed an issue with longbow DMR, triple take mastiff, and sentinel not always receiving the amped cover buff. Fixed an issue with amped cover being able to be placed at bad angles around the map. Fixed an issue with amped cover not being destroyed by the initial blast of charge rifle. Fixed an issue with bullets getting amped before they cross the amped wall from certain angles. L-Star fixed an issue with overheating occurring when firing a single shot from the weapon multiple times. Alright everybody, that about covers the patch notes. I hope that helped, and have a good day.